what MIDI stands for. Now, what is MIDI? What did you say? Digital language? Yes, digital language. What does it do?
Talking 8-bit words.
Tossing 8-bit words. Oh, we did cover that. If I got that far, we covered it pretty good.
Let's do it again.
What does it do?
Let's do it again.
What does it do? What is its function?
It has nothing to do with music, you know that.
Okay, let me get
It's
my
good to
notes.
know. What is MIDI's function?
Okay.
That is correct. Communication with what?
The DOS and the council board. Council? I can't
Not
say.
necessarily the console. If certainly if it were a digital console, it could communicate. What you say? What the function is for MIDI?
Yeah.
MIDI. First of all, that stands for musical instrument digital interface. That's what the letters stand for. But what MIDI is a command and control language. It is a command and control protocol. It does nothing but send command information. What is it commanding? It is commanding channel. It's commanding a lot of things. It's commanding note duration, position. It has really nothing to do with pitch. Position on the keyboard.
Analog.
How many of you have ever seen a MIDI guitar?
I never seen.
There are many ways to control MIDI. One being an electronic guitar. I was walking around the streets of Sacramento one day and I heard a B3 organ playing. And if you like funk, you are attracted to the sound of B3. So I heard B3 playing, walked in the room, there's no B3. Some guy playing organ sound with a guitar.
What the world?
Very convincing too, it sounded pretty good. So you can control MIDI with a lot of things. How many of you have ever heard of an Akai MPC 2000? Akai MPC 3000.
AKI? AKI?
AKAI, yes, Akai. These are the MIDI production workstations of very famous artists such as Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and a bunch of them still to this day, use MPC 2000 XL for their basic tracks. It's a standalone sequencer sampler, MIDI production workstation. Nobody's ever seen one. It's about a foot and a half by 2 feet long. Has 16 little pads on it. You've never seen this? No one has ever seen it. Wow. Okay. But you use it to control MIDI just the same, pretty much the same as you do with the keyboard. Same kind of command you send with the keyboard, you can send with an MPC. Only difference is it's more touch sensitive for like rhythm and drum parts. It's more touch sensitive for like rhythm and drum parts. You can literally beat on these little pads with sticks, and it sounds more like hitting a drum. More touch sensitive. MIDI is used in most popular music of today. MIDI is used in one form or another in most popular music today. Anybody disagree with that? All right? So most of what you hear on the radio, for God's sake, is MIDI-based music. Did I tell you, did I talk about the word polyphonic? Polyphonic, monophonic? Didn't give you that? That's good to know as well. Not on the test, it was really good to know the test. What does polyphonic mean? Anybody know? Poly means, what does that mean, like? That's correct. Poly means
Mono?
many.
MIDI?
Poly basically means many,
Mini?
as in more than one.
Oh, mini.
Yes.
Parlez-vous français? What does that mean? Did you say many? So it don't mean that in French.
So polyphonic basically means I need to find a mark.
That red bag maybe.
Yeah, that was some students.
Oh,
And I gotta open this one.
that's one of the things that I noticed at this school. And tell me, am I right? That teachers never had both good ones.
Last week,
What do you want?
you know,
I didn't take notes. My stuff
I
ran
took-
out on me.
I took these.
Picture.
Some of it might not make sense because I couldn't catch everything he was saying.
that's fine. Because I have mine still, so I could
Oh, okay.
see where.
You was here the week before last?
I'll put this one on
Thanksgiving
online
break?
if y'all want it.
I don't think so.
If y'all want this online, I'll put it on YouTube.
Do you need notes?
You want me to? All right.
I missed, I was
Just
sick.
for the class, and then after class, I'll take it off.
I don't know if he took notes.
Polyphonic means multiple. I should say positions, but I'm gonna say notes just so that it's a little easier to understand. Multiple notes.
Notes. Polyphonic
or in
means
parentheses,
multiple
positions
notes.
simultaneously.
Like on the piano, same notes, all the same time.
And the term monophonic, what do you think that means?
One
One note?
Yes.
one sound. That makes sense.
There are a lot of, or actually not a lot anymore. So, is a piano patch on a MIDI keyboard, is it polyphonic or monophonic?
Poly.
That is correct. One note or position at a time.
One note position.
How
at
do you know
a
it's
time.
how do you know that a piano patch is polyphonic?
Because you can hit more than one chord at a time.
You hit more than one note at a time.
Right,
You
one
can
note
make
at a time.
chords.
That's right.
But some MIDI synths are monophonic. So even if you have recorded a chordal or a multi-note sequence, some synths will turn it into a single note patch. If you plug in that particular synth, certain synths are monophonic, they do not recognize chords. And in the early days of synthesizers in general, they were almost always, or not almost always, they were always monophonic. It took a while for MIDI synths to become polyphonic. There's another term I want you guys
Here.
to know.
Sonic,
Yes,
supersonic. So something, what is this
There's
thing?
another question, there's another term called multi, that's pronounced timbral, that's pronounced multi-timbral, that's a term you want to remember. This means multiple sounds simultaneously. That means you can have a split keyboard, you can have one side of the keyboard be piano and the other side be organ. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. One sound piano, the other sounds on
You
organ.
split your keyboard so you don't have to have one sound on your MIDI keyboard. For example, if you program certain passages, now this will actually happen in some live performances. My friend I used to work with musically tours with John Schofield, who is a very famous jazz and kind of progressive fusion guitarist. And he was the sample tech for the Schofield band. And he used an MPC, and he just triggered sounds. Certain, it could be like one of John Schofield's probably most famous songs is called Po Po. So he would trigger police sound. So one pad on the MPC was programmed with a police siren. So you can have any sound at all on either pad. You can have any sound at all on either key on the keyboard. So it doesn't have to all be piano sounds once you program your keys, or program your synth sound.
Synthesizer, like.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Professor,
Yes.
what does the bottom part say?
Multi-timbral.
Multiple.
Multiple sounds
Multiple sounds
simultaneously.
That's the ability to have different sounds to trigger. And basically when I say trigger, I mean to command. That's all it is. When you hit that MIDI keyboard, that inside of a MIDI workstation, inside of a modern MIDI workstation, you have all components. You have a controller. That's the actual keys on the keyboard. You have inside of it a sequencer. Anybody know what that is?
That's a keyboard too, isn't it?
It's inside the keyboard. It's a functionality inside the keyboard. But what does the sequencer do?
We talked about that.
Anybody know what a sequencer does? Your sequencer, now any MIDI recording workstation, a MIDI workstation capable of recording will have a sequencer in it. Right? So what's happening is you're basically using the sequencer as your multi-track. Basically, the sequencer is your multi-track. MIDI format is 16 tracks. MIDI format is 16 tracks. The sequencer lines up all the command information and places them in sequence. And obviously they can be moved around. It lines up the commands and plays them in sequence, plays them back in sequence, the sequence that you create. It's like your multi-track. And then for recording, you must have some form of storage capacity to keep those MIDI commands in ones and zeros in 8-bit words. You keep all those commands in 8-bit words. This would be the ability to MIDI record. In this scenario, where does MIDI happen?
In the end, in the last.
In this scenario, where does MIDI actually happen?
In the middle, in the V,
Huh?
in the V.
Mm,
She says the beginning.
right, the control.
Yes, but the actual command happens here.
At
The
the
actual
start.
MIDI command
That's right.
happens here. So the controller is sending the MIDI pattern, and then that MIDI pattern is recorded by the sequence. Sir. It's recorded by the sequence. Once it's in the sequence, it's kind of like just recording anything else. It becomes a pattern within the sequence, and then you can obviously store it on a hard drive. Does this make sense? Is MIDI good?
I think so.
What are the disadvantages of MIDI over or in relation to digital audio? This is on your test, by the way. What are some of the advantages? Let's go with the advantage. What are some of the advantages of MIDI over digital audio?
We talk about the different sounds, maybe?
There you go. Very good. Very good. So if this is the controller, you record a MIDI command. It's in the sequencer. Now, in a typical situation, you're going to need some kind of sound source. If this is your sound source or your sound bank, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
once you have the sequence recorded, you can change sound.
Mm-hmm. I have that on my keyboard.
Once you have the sequence recorded, maybe you thought it might sound good with a piano when you first started doing the track. Later on you discovered, hey, it sounds much better with an organ sound. So you can change sounds. The ability to change sounds
Yeah,
is
the
a distinct
command.
advantage for using MIDI. A very distinct advantage for using MIDI is the ability to change sounds, the ability to change your mind. Also,
Our group together.
command editing is very, very easy. So editing is easy in MIDI. Why? Because you have these little swatches on the keyboard, little commands. You can change the pitch. You can, and guys, when you're answering these questions, don't just say editing. Explain what you mean. If editing is easy, there's ease of editing with MIDI. How? Well, you can change pitch. You can change duration of notes. You can change all sorts of things.
Sounds.
Change sound. Also, MIDI is 8-bit words. MIDI is 8-bit words. MIDI moves in 8-bit command. So that's small compared to the least digital audio format. What is the most commonly used digital audio format? This should be reviewed. What's the most commonly used DA format?
Pro Tools.
Or A to D format,
Oh,
sorry. Most commonly used A to D format.
that was the right answer for that, right?
What's the most commonly used A to D format?
DOS?
Digital audio format. Most commonly used format. Okay, this is going right back to your test. What are the two key components of the A to D conversion?
That's what we.
Ratio, threshold.
That's the question. What's the two
Quantization.
key components of the A to D?
Quantization.
And
Sampling.
that's correct. Now, what's the most commonly used professional digital audio format? Huh? What is the most commonly used professional digital audio format?
MIDI, you want to say?
You just said, huh? No? Well, you know what? So, now, your answer is very logical. Let me first of all say that. But the key word in this question is professional. Key word is professional. MP3 is just a consumer digital file transfer format. You're not using that for multi-track. But good thinking. What's the most commonly used digital audio format? Again.
Commonly used digital audio.
We talked about sampling and quantization, hint, hint. The most commonly used digital audio format is, you guys already should have it in your notes, 16-bit, 44.1 kilohertz.
That's on this test.
You have that somewhere.
We did it on a test.
Why is that the most common? There you go. Why is that the most commonly used format?
Double.
Huh?
What is that?
I don't
Why
know.
is that the most commonly used one?
Something about, I don't know, I could be totally off, but for some reason, when you,
Theorem? Something like that?
We'll go there. Not quite though, but we'll go there. Go ahead.
something about where you, the tape length or inches, no, way off? Okay.
Not really way off, but
I mean, because you
Why
asked,
is
you
it-
said,
this
because
is a
you
very
asked that
simple
question, you ask the question all the time, what's better, 32 or 16? That's,
that's really good thinking. But I want a very simple answer to this, and when I say it, you guys go, oh, duh. It's a very simple answer.
what is it? CD. But that's kind of like what I was talking about, huh? The
That's
thickness
the
of the
format.
tape.
That's the format of a CD. When you buy a CD, that's the format. So is that the most commonly used
16
format
bytes.
in professional audio? Yeah.
Yeah, if you'd say so.
But also, it's used for multi-tracking. So
What
when you fire
is-
up your DAW, when you fire up Pro Tools, fire up Logic, it's going to give you in the starting menus, it's going to give you the option to change recording format.
44.
And then the question becomes, why do I need to change it? Well,
44.1
I don't have a
kilohertz.
Actually, I can probably do it in the studio before we start recording today, and we will finish the recording today, won't we?
Yeah.
We have to finish today, so if it's not done today, it's not gonna get done.
It's gonna be finished.
Okay?
We gonna do it.
I have a recorded exercise that I actually just did recently of the same microphone, the same preamp, same distance from the microphone, using 3 different recording formats. I use 1644.1 first, I use 2448 second, I use 3296 for the third. Very, very noticeable difference. Very, very noticeable difference. So, what you get with this, what we noticed in our class at SFSU, what we noticed right away is from the 1644.1 to the 2448, it got hecka louder.
Meaning unbearably?
Yes. Now, what you was talking about earlier was a 16-bit word or reference to thickness of tape. A 16-bit word versus a 24-bit word. So I'm using this would be my representation of.
There we go with the
Does that
zeros
make
and
sense?
ones.
This would be. I'm just making this up. Is that enough? That's 4, 8, 12, 16. That would be my 16-bit representation. So it literally is like the thickness of the tape, the number of magnets you're using to capture the sound.
That's what it looked like to me.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm using 24 bits, and then a number of magnets on the tape used to capture the sound, the bit rate directly relates to how loud your recording can be. So first and foremost, you start off at 1644.1, you are jacking up. Because you are limiting